Savannah, I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk, Savannah.
Hi guys, today I have a tutorial for you. This is a purple, smoky, dramatic, probably for most people nighttime look. I've been meaning to do this tutorial for months now. This is one of my favorite looks that I do a lot from this palette, the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This is the one with like the heart-shaped hands. It's super cute. It's one of my favorites. I've been meaning to do a tutorial with this for a long time, and I have created this look quite a few times. It's just a favorite of mine. Now, this one has a lot of glitter on the lower lash line. That is completely optional. You can take the glitter away and then you just have a nice smoky purple eye. So this is actually what I wore on New Year's Eve, but you could wear this for Valentine's Day or just a night out, whatever. To me, this makes me really confident. I really love a dark smoky eye like this, and hopefully you find it fun and easy to recreate. I actually think it's pretty simple when you break it down. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. So as always, we're going to start out with priming our eyes. I'm using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm setting it with the ambient lighting power from Hourglass in dim light. I always set my eye primer. It just makes eyeshadow go on smoother, blends easier, etc. So today we're using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and I'm going to start with this beautiful transition shade called Almond Truffle. It's a nice matte shade, putting that right directly above the crease. So today we're doing a purple smoky eye. It's actually fairly simple, doesn't take too many steps. The next color I'm going to use is Dark Truffle. It's actually kind of a dark brown satin, but it doesn't show up too satiny, so you can put it in your crease without it looking weird. So that's what I'm going to do. It requires a lot more blending though, so I've sped this up because you could tell I've blended my heart out on this. So all over the lid, I'm using the shade in Black Currant. It's a nice deep purple shade. It has a little bit of sparkle in it, but not too much. You could put a black base under this to intensify it even more, but I chose not to today. What I did was just built it up with a couple layers. It does look better once you build it up on the lid. This shade in particular has a lot of fallout, which is why I'm doing my eyeshadow before I do the rest of my makeup. That's always a good trick if you're worried about getting eyeshadow fallout all over your foundation. So I'm just going in with a clean, fluffy eyeshadow brush, blending out all the edges. No harsh lines. We don't want those harsh lines. You could always go back with a little bit of the Almond Truffle shade as well. That always helps to blend out too. So now I'm just going to use this brow bone highlight in Divinity. And then I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and just use that underneath my eyes to clean up any of that fallout. You can also pay attention around your wing. You can make it a little bit sharper when you use a makeup wipe. So right now I'm using the Physicians Formula Eye Booster pen just to create a nice dramatic winged liner. You could leave this step out, but I'm going for intense drama, so of course I'm going to do a wing liner with this. And I'm also going to tightline. I'm using the Lancome Drama Liquid Pencil in Noir Intense. It's just like a kohl eyeliner. And the reason I'm doing this, getting nice up close to my lashes, is so that I create more volume in the lash and there's no skin showing, which can sometimes look weird. So now onto the face. I'm using the Estee Edit Pore Vanishing Stick to fill in any of my pores, and then I'm going to prime the rest of my face with the NARS Smooth and Protect Primer, which also has an SPF 50, which I am loving it for that reason. The foundation I'm using today is a Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. This lasts a really long time. It also has an SPF of 15 in it as well. This just lasts all day and I really like it. Mine is in the shade 140 Ivoire Neutral. And I'm using my Beauty Junkies makeup sponge. This is a really full coverage foundation, and sometimes I don't want super full coverage. I'll go in with a sponge. but if you use a brush, you can get a much fuller coverage out of this foundation. So then I'm going to color correct my dark under eye circles. I like using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid in the shade Peach. I only put that in the area that has the darkest. I don't want to put that all over my under eye like I'm highlighting. I am using 2 different concealers today. It's a little bit extra. You don't have to do this, but I like to use a Tarte Shape Tape concealer just in my inner circle where it's the darkest, and then I'm going to highlight under my eye with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer, which is my holy grail concealer, and I love it so much. I'm just going to blend it all out together, and I'm going to use a regular beauty blender for that, but you can use any sponge you like. It just gives the most flawless finish when you use a sponge to blend out. In the description bar below, I will have every single product listed and probably links to them as well, just in case I'm going too fast for you or you want to look up these products later. They'll all be in the description bar. I've also highlighted my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin with that same concealer. This is a full glam look, so I'm going full out with all the highlighting and contouring today. If it was just a regular day, I don't usually take all these steps, but for a night out, I will go this far. You can take any translucent powder for this step, but my favorite is the Coty Airspun powder. I also like the RCMA No Color powder, and I'm just going to bake. So I'm taking the same beauty blender that I use to blend everything out with. I'm dipping it directly into the powder, and then I'm applying a very heavy layer of it underneath my eyes. This is going to set my under eye for hours and hours, and it's not going to move. So I don't normally show my eyebrows. I usually skip this step, but I figured today I would. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Mine is in the shade medium brown. I just love this pencil. I mean, I love a lot of other pencils too, but I keep going back to this one. Before I set my brows, I want to wipe away all the powder from under my eyes because I don't want it like getting in my brows into the brow gel. So I'm just going to take a very soft fluffy brush and wipe away all of that bake. And then I will go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow. This has little fibers in it, so it just gives you a little bit extra volume in your brows as well. I use the shade number 1. So using the exact same eyeliner that I tightlined with, I'm going to put that on the outer 2/3 of my lower lash line. This is going to give me a nice smoky lower lash line, and I'm going to blend it out with kind of a thin, stiff eyeshadow brush just to smoke it out even more. So I'm going to bronze up my face. I'm using the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Bronzer in shade number 2 medium, you know, just going to town. Back to contouring, I'm going to carve out the cheekbones with Benefit's Hoola. You don't need a lot of this on your brush, just start out with a little. You don't want to get too intense. But I actually like to use the brush it comes with. It's the exact right size for contouring the cheekbones. So just go from the line that connects, the imaginary line that connects the corner of your mouth up to the bottom of the top of your ear. Geez, I really hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's going to give you the perfect contour line. And now I'm going to blush it up with Tarte Expose. This is just a nice neutral blush. I might some days go a little bit pinker than this, but for today I decided just to go really neutral. Now I am being kind of messy, and I'll get to that in a second. Just quickly, let's all highlight. I'm going to highlight with the Physicians Formula palette in Natural Nude, sticking kind of to the more goldeny pink side of it. Of course, I know I always want to be lit up for a glam night out look. So because I was messy with my cheeks, this part might confuse a few people if you've never seen it before. I'm going to bake my contour line. So just like you bake your under eye, same philosophy, but you're just drawing that line down from your ear to the corner of your mouth and let it sit for a while. It's just going to carve out that cheekbone. Finishing off the eyes, I'm just going to smoke out the lower lash line a little bit more with the shade Bordeaux. I just like the way it looks a little bit warmer. And then highlighting the inner corner with the shade Satin Sheets from the Bonbons palette as well. It gives us a little bit of brightness in the inner corner of our eyes. Now I'm going to add glitter. So this is completely optional. Some people might not like it, but I do. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner. This is in the shade Distortion. This is actually a holographic glitter that shifts from white to green. I like it with purple because of that reason, but not everybody will. So you might want to go in with a gold or a silver. Whatever your little pretty heart desires, you go for it, girl. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Estee Edit liner in my waterline. This is in the shade Bold Bordeaux. It's a very warm burgundy brown. And again, just smoking out that lower lash line as much as possible. Then I'm going to wipe away this bake, and you're going to see that that line is a little bit more carved out to my liking. And you know the next step that's coming, of course, is lashes. I did curl my lashes off camera, and then I'm going to use the Clinique Chubby Lash. I actually really like this mascara a lot, so if you don't want to do fake lashes, this is a great mascara. But of course, I'm going to do fake lashes. These are the velour lashes in Mama Knows Best. They're very fluffy and very wispy. And I also set my face with the MAC Fix Plus off camera. I think my camera stopped. Usually I show that step because I love it so much. But anyway, now for lips. So I'm using the MAC lip pencil in Soar, which I think is a perfect color for this look. And then what I did is I went in with this new matte lipstick from Essence in shade 03, and it's a little bit too pink. It's a brand new lipstick to me. Probably should have tested it first. It's a little bit pinker than what I actually wanted to do. So I ended up going over it with the Anastasia at Beverly Hills lip gloss in Vintage. And that's the final look, you guys. So I hope you really like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Talk to you later. Love ya. Bye.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a strive. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah.